gratuitously cynical, gratuitously snide folks who, you know, just...
Is there any celebrity or someone?
Oh no, nothing on that level. But like, you know, just there's the stalker. I still don't know who that is.
Can you talk about that? Who's the stalker?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a he or a she. I assume it's a he. You know, maybe I shouldn't. But I've got like a team of folks who are far more knowledgeable. They're far more knowledgeable in computers than I am, and we've tried to track this bastard's IP address. At one point, we tracked it to Florida, but we don't even know if that's accurate. There are theories that the stalker was like some teenager. There are theories that the stalker is some old retiree. We don't know who the stalker
is. What did they do to you?
I wrote a piece called Seattle Suicide Watch, in which I was talking about how I live in subsidized housing and how that is the only way in which I could afford to continue to boycott day jobs. Well, like a typical libertarian, the stalker completely ignored or is completely unaware of the fact that corporate welfare costs 4 times as much as welfare for the poor. But, you know, and he ignores that, and so he's just going to psychotically fixate on my situation and say, well, I work hard every day and I don't want my taxes going toward subsidized housing. And I'm like, okay, so you don't mind Halliburton overcharging the government with their no-bid contracts, and you don't mind the S&L crisis still costing the American taxpayer God knows how much money. And you don't mind, again, that corporate welfare, costs 4 times as much as welfare for the poor, but you're going to psychotically fixate on me living in subsidized housing. I never said the guy was sane, but, you know. So anyway, he would vandalize my Wikipedia page and replace the photo of me with gay porn. Then he would do this Mad Magazine satire of the text of the Wikipedia page and go on about how supposedly this gay prostitute notice. Then he would find websites where I had left a comment behind on, and then he would get on that comment section of a given website and impersonate me. And as he was impersonating me, he would go on about how, oh, I fooled all y'all, you know, selling my subpar works of art and literature when, you know, they suck, and how, how I'm getting away with something because, you know, I mean, you have to understand the guy's motive. The stalker's motive was to try and destroy my reputation and drive me out of storytelling and force me into a day job, which is a textbook example, which is proof of the... It's an example of the old expression, misery loves company. Clearly, whoever the stalker is works a day job and is evidently near a computer at said day job often enough to the point where he could get away with, you know, posting as much as he did about me online. He hates his day job, and he wants everyone else to hate their day job too. But that is a key component of what I do. You know, telling people that you can love what you do. Hence the expression labor of love. There's a place on Capitol Hill next to the community college, Mama's Pizza. I asked the owner, do you love doing what you do? He says, Saab, even if I won the lottery, I would still be making pizza. And that's what it's all about. We need an economy based on love. We need to get to the point where people don't just like their job or tolerate it, they love it. And if we could eventually get to the point where people love what they do so much to the point where they don't need to get paid for it, then you would have the kind of utopia depicted in episodes of Star Trek where there is no poverty and there is no currency either, or any of this space credits bullshit. So yeah, you know, we could actually get to that point. Imagine a world where everyone barters their labor of love, where everyone says, okay, I love cooking. I love cooking so much that, you know, I can just do it all day, and, you know, and then you get some construction worker that loves building a house so much so to the point where, you know, they would do it, you know, just cause. And so you introduce these people. You know, I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be easy, but it needs to be where we as a people are heading toward. It needs to be a goal, because the current situation is intolerable. You know, I mean, what really cracks me up is that, you know, you would never get away with liking your spouse. No spouse would ever tolerate being told, "Oh, I like you." If you're married, you better say "I love you," or else it's the doghouse or worse. So, seeing as how you spend more time at work than with your spouse, you would think that people would see the importance of loving their job instead of just liking it. But see, that was the thing with the stalker. The stalker, you know, was not intellectually capable of grasping that concept. And so the stalker figured, again, you know, he was going to drag me down to, you know, his level and force me to work a day job, you know, because supposedly I was caught. I mean, again, on a mathematical level, the burden that I am on the state is so submicroscopic, it's not even